Alright, my computer screen's cutting this off because I put it on some books to raise it, so be more comfortable to look at. But anyways, we'll hop straight into it. It was Monday, February 23rd. It was the day that I decided to buy a Topstep challenge and take partials. So I'm going to show you on TradingView because the charts are cleaner, but I took this in my Topstep account. We'll go over there later. So quickly, we got the 4-hour directional bias, clearly bullish. I mean, look at that. Bullish markets. Oh, look, there it is. Look, plus 131. Hopefully, I'm not showing any information on the screen. I don't think I am. But yeah, up 131 for the day. I'm about to show you what that trade actually looked like, though. What there? Alright, so I actually took the sweep of these lows right here. And it was like 7. I always get like a 7 a.m. move, yo. I'm not gonna lie. It's like a 7 before 8 move. It's really be before market open, even before this move that's happening right now that I could have took, but it was a sketchy entry. So we can see these lows getting swept. Going into 7 o'clock, 7 a.m. That's about my time. All right. Some low sweat, some low sweat. And then we're just going for the market structure shift. And that was way back here. Alright. So you can see this sweep of liquidity, then you see this huge displacement up. That's like, hey, we're changing directions. Alright, then you pull your tool out, boom, boom. This fair value gap right here, boom, is majorly in equilibrium. So we can put the JBL go for camouflage. I'm about to buy another one of these instead of buying a 8-inch monitor studio system with the subwoofer. Alright, I'm just gonna buy another JBL Go 4 and pair them together for a stereo field. And so we're gonna hit the buy. And this is the exact trade I cranked this morning. It was the first time that I took partials in Topstep because last time I tried to do it, it just created a short order, I thought, or something funky. I didn't even really use projections for this trade. I just I'm pulling out the equilibrium now. So if we're risking $88, right? All right, boom, we want to make $88 as soon as possible, or it's really what happened. Risking 2 to 1, modify order, add a level. This video, I meant to make a video like this for that one friend I have, and add another level, confirm. And then I was gonna put my TP up here, which I could have done that. I would have made more bank, but I didn't even really care about the reward today. I just cared about the process and managing my risk. So I think I got 44 out there. So I think I just took a 1 to 1 and a 2 to 1. So 88, boom. Now if I was risking 4 contracts, I would have left the third runner up to the top. But I'm risking 2 contracts, so I got 1 out of 1 to 1 and 1 out of 2 to 1. If I was risking 4, I would have took 2 off. I would have left 1 running to a 2 to 1. I would have left 1 running to a 3 to 1. Yeah. Since I'm risking 2, I only have 1 runner. And since I'm risking 4, I have the 1 to 1, which is just securing the risk, taking all the risk off the table. So if it turns around after the 1 to 1, if you took half of your position off, you will always be at break even, yo. So all I cared was that, but yeah, I could have took this here. I could have took this here, 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 here. But I'm pretty sure I just took this right here, just to uh, just to finish the trade. And I really could have left the runner up to here. Why not? And once you got the risk off the table, it's like, why not? But yeah, you got to take the partials. So I'm stepping into my bag right now because I've been trying to passive fund it for years now. No, I'm just kidding. Uh, since like January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September, somewhere around there. But then I took a 2-month break, which was supposed to be a 3-month break to go paper. And what did I learn? I think I went back and I studied futures because I figured out the forex flow. You know, I was trying to figure out the futures flow, but yeah, I came right back at that that futures flow on that 1 to 3 minute market structure shift, 15-minute for liquidity, order blocks, highs, lows, wherever liquidity is kept, liquidity voids, and for our directional bias. That with taking a 1-to-1 with half of the position, so that way it's a no risk trade. So you could risk your whole account, let's say, and you could leave it for a times 5 million runner. The odds of that happening are slim, but the odds of that getting to a 1-to-1 and you becoming at least at break even or 1-to-1, now it's like, all right, well, you put everything you have on the line, but you already got made it back at the 1-to-1. So now it's like you can't lose anything. Now you already have twice as much as you already have. You could just leave at the 1-to-1, but nobody likes the 1-to-1. So you leave a runner. But whatever, man. You gotta understand, taking partials is the name of the game. You're not gonna get some 3-to-1 or a loss. Yo, I ran up my account like to $700, $800, $900 in December, just trying to get a 3-to-1, and it worked. And then January came around, and I tried to do the same thing, and I lost that 800, 900. It's because I'm not thinking in probabilities. Sometimes shit is smooth, sometimes shit is not smooth and gravy, yo. So if you can lock in a 1-to-1 and take the risk off the table, imagine you never actually get stopped out of any of your trades. You just, you gotta get stopped out. So imagine you always got a 1-to-1 partial before you got stopped out on all of your trades, making half of your trades break even. All the times that you almost got to a 2-to-1, almost got to the 3-to-1, almost got to your take profit. Time that you almost got there twice and then almost got stopped out twice and then almost got there again and then just got stopped out. All that motion, yo. Between all of that time, you had multiple opportunities to take responsibility and taking the money off of the table, yo. So when you take that 1-to-1, don't be people don't want to take a 1-to-1 because they're somehow so greedy that they would rather leave more risk on the table to get more reward. When you don't realize, when you take that 1-to-1, you take the risk off the table and you're putting money in your pocket also. It's either break even, or if it goes to a 3-to-1, you got that 3-to-1 and you got that 1-to-1. Yo. So you gotta take 1-to-1s. If you're not taking, especially if you're somebody who uses this gone box and pulls back, wait for a 50% pullback into a fair value gap. If you're one of those folks, you most definitely gotta take a 1-to-1, gang. Because as soon as you get the risk off the table, then anything can happen and it's fine. Or you can sit there, stress the fuck out the whole entire trade, and then almost make it to your take profit, and then start to pull back a little bit, and then close it at a 1.8 to 1 or 2.3 to 4 because you couldn't bear the mental bandwidth capacity explosion that staring at that about to hit the 3-to-1, yo. You And that's the thing. When you take the 1-to-1, I have problems. One of my biggest problems was, one was closing my trade before it got to my take profit, which my trade is supposed to close at a high over equilibrium. So if I entered right here, I'm trying to take profits right here or at a high over equilibrium. So right here is good too. But and sometimes ranges, I mean, this entry is really close to that high in equilibrium. Sometimes like the entry is like right here and the equilibrium's right here. But the entry's like right here, you know what I'm saying? Because it's a more compressed range. Anywho, yeah, I kept on closing my trades early because I didn't want to lose money. It wasn't really that I didn't want it to turn around and be wrong. But now if it turns around and I'm wrong, I'm just like, I didn't lose any fucking money, Jack. So who cares? You know how many opportunities there are on here, bro? I restarted backtesting gold February. Yo, it's like every day is a hit, and it's like every day is a hit by like 7 o'clock in the morning, yo. So yeah, take partials. Get on your trading psychology. Be open-minded, yo, and know that you can be like one random person who actually makes the most sense. Because like, yo, I be so tripped out about how logical I am, and I might turn this into a brand or some shit, but blunt logic, yo, that's what I'm always saying, yo. If you think and act with blunt logic, just using basically the principles of cause and effect, yo, everything exactly goes down how you want it. And then we can do anything any other man can do. But then on top of that, remove that insecurity and realize you could probably do it better, yo. And if you don't believe that you can do anything that any other man can do, that you can't go off, make billions, trillions, hundreds of millions, whatever you want to make to take care of you and your family, then that means that you need to work on your relationship with God, because we can do anything through God. But most people don't want to do this, don't want to do that. And they sit here praying to God and doing this. Put your faith in Him for real and go for it, yo. Like, yo, I go for it and I just let God take care of me, yo. I moved to New York for $400, yo. And I thought I was going to Detroit, yo. I just moved straight out of a trap house in Chicago. I was like, I'm going to get away from this trap house. I'm not making all this money like the plug. And I'm just some like kid in here cleaning all the dishes is what it feels like for everybody. And I'm not even getting high either. I was sober too, so I just straight up left. Boom. Anywho, point of the story is, ended up in New York. I got a studio apartment. It's $47 a month. This whole time I've just been focused. At first I became Muslim. I was doing Muslim prayers, and I've been working with Jesus Christ to work on guilt and shame. And now I'm working more on, I guess we could say Hinduism, Buddhism. It doesn't really matter. I mean, they're two different things. The main principle is the discipline in the yoga. All right, my yoga is my main thing now. Yoga and my breathing. Now that's where I'm at. And I am only taking care of myself, and God is always taking care of me. I'm not even gonna lie. Like, I am so good, yo. I'm not even gonna lie. And I always have been good. Even when I was selling drugs, God was taking care of me. Because I could have gotten a lot of fucking trouble. And I got in like a little bit of trouble. But yeah, I'm about to smoke some weed. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm gonna let this video go. But yeah, that was it, man. You gotta take your partials, dude. You got this, yo.